Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 2-1 of May-June 2016 of Math O-Level. So let's move on to question number 1. So here we have a shopkeeper buys some plates from a manufacturer for $12 each. That's the cost of the plate. Now, it says that the manufacturer makes a profit of 60%. Calculate the cost of manufacturing each plate. So let's say, so what it means is that cost, let's call it X. And the price right now, we know that he makes a profit of 60%. It means that it is 160% of X is equal to $12. So we have to find X. So how would you find X? X will be 12 divided by 160%. And 160% is 160 divided by 100, that is 1.6. So 12 divided by 1.6, that should give me 7.5. So the cost is 7.50 cents. Okay, part B, the shopkeeper sells each plate for 17.40. Calculate the percentage profit made by the shopkeeper. So let's find out the percentage profit. So the cost is $12. The selling price is $17.40. So the profit is $17.40 minus 12 will be $5.40. So the percentage profit will be the profit, which is $5.40, divided by cost, which is 12 times 100. So 540 divided by 12 times 100, that will be 45% is profit. Now for part C, in a sale, each plate is reduced from this price to this price. Find the percentage discount. So pretty easy. You take the price minus the new price divided by initial price times 100 for the percentage. 17.4 minus 11.31 divided by 17.4 times 100. That will be 35%. 35% discount given. Part D, it says that the shopkeeper buys 100 plates at $12 each. So it means that he spent $1,200 to buy the plates. Now he sells 60 plates at this price. So we have 60 plates at $17.40 and plus X plate as 1131X. That's the selling, what he sold. Now the shopkeeper makes a profit of at least 10%. So how do you find profit? Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. So revenue is this, which is 60 times 17.4 plus 11.31x minus cost. Cost is this. So now for percentage profit, you have to divide by cost, which is this, and times 100 equal to at least 10%, at least 10. So solve this to find x. So let's do that. How do we can first simplify this. Then here, what do we have? We have 60 times 17.4. So 60 times 17.4. That will give me 1044 minus 1200 plus 11.31x. So 12 can go here. That will be 120. So now for this part, what can we do? We take this minus this. So 1044 minus 1200, that will be minus 156 plus 1131x more than this. So let's find the value of x. So that will be 11.31x. We send this over here, that will be plus 156. So that will be x will be, so let's add these two. So 120 plus 156, that will be 276 divided by 11.31. So that will give me 24.4. So the least possible value of x, so the profit is at least 10%. So it needs to be more than this, so x will be 25. So for example, if you were to choose 24, the profit will be less than 10%. I hope that makes sense, because only when, if you're able to choose this one, it will be at least 10%. If you choose less than 24.4, it will be less than 10. So you have to choose 25 for it to be at least 10%. So that will be part D of question number 1. Question number 2, part 1, solve this equation. So basically find the value of p. So when you have a fraction equal to a fraction, the first step is to cross multiply. So we have p minus 1 equal to 5 times 7 minus p. That will be p minus 1 equal to 35 minus 5p. You bring p to one side, there will be 6p equal to 36. So p equal to 36 divided by 6, that will be 6. So answer, p equal to 6. So now for this one, we have to simplify this fraction. So we can first simplify the inside. So we have 9ab power 6 and a3b power 2. So this goes away, becomes 4. This goes away, becomes 2. So inside we have 9, b power 4, and a power 2. So now we have a power of half outside. So let's bring this inside. We will have 9 half b times half, and then a times half. So simplify. 9 is 3 power 2, so it becomes 3. This becomes b power 2 divided by, so this is a. So your answer will be 3b squared over a. Okay. As for now, for part C, we have to simplify this as well. So let's do one by one. So above in the numerator, we have q squared minus q3. If you take out q squared, we have 1 minus q. And for the bottom, we have 3 minus 3q. If you take out 3, you will have 1 minus q. So we now replace back in the fraction. Simplify. This goes away, so we have q squared divided by q3. So your answer is q squared by 3. Now for part D, factorize this one. So let's do that. So what is 4t squared? It can be, because 4 is what? 4 is 1 times 4, or it can be 2 times 2. And what is 9? 9 is 1 times 9, or 3 times 3. So we have to make it become, we have to choose a combination so it becomes 35. So how can we do that? So let's choose this one. If you choose 4t here, this will be t here. And if you choose 9 here, you can choose, so 9, you have to choose 9, this will be 1. So to make it plus 35, you will have to do 4 times 9, that will be 36, plus 36 minus 1. So this will be your answer. So 4t minus 1, t plus 9. So this one, is that we don't know actually what it is in the beginning. It's just that we have to try. We have to try and see what makes sense. And then this is your answer. It's not like I know already what it is. It's that we have to try one by one. But he has to give you this in the middle, and this needs to be minus. So minus times plus is minus, so that is good. So now part 2. Hence solve this equation. So you have to solve this pretty easy. So with the factorization that we just had, 4t minus 1, t plus 9 equal to 0. T becomes 1 over 4 and t is minus 9. So this will be your answer. T will be 1 over 4. And that is question number 2. Question number 3, the table shows the curve y equal to x squared plus x minus 3. These are the values for x and y for this curve. Now for part A, using a scale of 2 cm to 1 on the x-axis, we have to draw from minus 3 to 2. So minus 3 to 2. So I have to use a scale of 2 cm. This is 0. This will be minus 1, minus 2, and minus 3. This side will be 1 and 2. And for this one, using a scale of 1 centimeter to 1 unit for y, minus 4 to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4. Okay, so let's plot the points. So we have a few points here, and we can draw the curve. So the first one we have is minus 3, 3. Minus 3, 3 will be here. Then we have minus 2, minus 1. Minus 2, minus 1 is here. Then we have minus 1, minus 3, that will be here. And then we have 0, minus 3. That will be here as well. Then we have 1, minus 1. That will be here. Then we have 2, 3. That would be here. Okay, so you can see this is a curve in this shape, So we have to draw a smooth curve. The thing is with this one is that you don't see where is actually the minimum point. So you don't know, it should be below this line, somewhere here, right? So what you can do as well is you see this function here. It's a trick you can use because you know that at minimum point, we know dy by dx is equal to 0. So we can find dy by dx with 2x plus 1 equal to 0 minus this. Value of y will be, so that will be 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2 minus 3. That will be minus 3.25. So this is an extra point for you to know. That's the minimum point, which is minus half and minus 3 point. So minus half is here. Minus 3.25 will be here. So just for you to know. So now let's join the curve and see what are the questions. So this is our minimum point here. Okay, so this one is good. All right, and then this side has to this way. Okay, almost done. All right, so here we go. That's the curve y. Moving on to the questions. So part 1 says use your graph to estimate the solutions of this equation. So it means that this is y equal to 0. So it means that if you were to draw a line y equal to 0, where does it meet the x-axis? So as you can see, this line is here. So we have to see where does it meet this 2 points. So first one here I have 1.3 and minus 2.3. So estimation minus 2.3 and 1.3 for those two values. Now for this one, use a graph to estimate the solution for this one. So you know y is equal to x squared plus x minus 3. So as you can see, there's a difference here. This is minus 5 and minus 3. So we can actually replace that in this to find what line should we draw. So let's do this. So let's make this a subject of formula. It will become y plus 3 becomes x squared plus x. So let's bring this in this equation. We will have x plus y plus 3 minus 5 equal to 0. So y equals to 2. So we have to draw this line and find where it cuts the curve. So y equal to 2 will be about here. And here you go. Touches the curve at this position and at this position. So for this one it will be this one, and this one will be right here. The first value is 1.8 and this is minus 2.8. So minus 2.8 and 1.8. This is only an estimation. Your value may be 2.7, 1.7. That is okay as well, as long as you show you're working how you receive your points. So part C, by drawing a tangent to the curve at this point, find the gradient. So point 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 1 minus 1 is this point. So let's draw a tangent to this point. So you have to be someone like this. So let's find one point up. It goes through this point. This point is 2.5 and 2.8. That's the first point. And the point below will be, let's say this point. That will be minus 0.6 and minus 5. That's 2 points. Okay, so let's use those 2 points to find the value for the gradient. So first point is 2.5 and 2.8 and minus 0.6 and minus 5. That's the 2 points that we have. Yeah. Okay. So to find the gradient, we can just use the formula. So that will be y2 minus y1 gradient. So minus 5 minus 2.8 minus 0.6 minus 2.5. So let's solve. Minus 5 minus 2.8 divided by minus 0.6 minus 2.5. That will give me 2.516. So I would choose 2.52. That will be my estimate for the value of the gradient. So now part D. The equation this is y. Sorry, this is not y actually, it's a different line. This is y. Can be solved by drawing a straight line on the graph of this. Find the equation of the straight line. So one more time, the same thing again. As we know, this is the equation that we have drawn. Y equal to x squared plus x minus 3. So we make this the subject of formula. So x squared plus x is equal to y plus 3. Right. So now we have this. Let's replace this on this. So here we have, what do we have? Here we have x squared minus x. So let's make x squared the subject because we don't have plus anymore. We have minus. So let's make x squared the subject. We have y minus x plus 3. Replace this in the first equation. We have y minus x plus 3. So this one minus x minus 1 equal to 0. So it becomes y minus 2x plus 2 equal to 0. So the equation will be 2x minus 2. That is the equation of the line that we have to draw. So now last one, draw this line and solve this equation. So this is the line. Let's find the points that it goes through. So the first point is, we say x 0, y will be minus 2. The first point is 0 minus 2. And y is 0, x will be 1. So 1, 0. These are the 2 points that you will go through. So 0 minus 2 and 1, 0. So 0 minus 2 will be here and 1, 0 will be here. So let's draw this line and let's see where it cuts the graph. So it will be about here. Because the graph had 2 points, the first point is this point and the second point is this point. The values for x will be here, which is minus 0.7, and here will be 1.7. Okay, so your two answers here will be what? According to graph, value of x will be minus 0.7 and 1.7. So this is my graph. You may have minus 0.8, 0.6. That is okay as well. So that will be question number 3. Number 4 here we have A and B, BLC, and CMA are straight lines. Now we have NM, this line, is in the same direction as this line. Then we have LN, this and this are in the same direction. Now part 1, prove that triangle ANM, so this small triangle on top, is similar to triangle NBL, so NBL. So how do you prove triangles are similar? You can prove that all the angles are equal. So by proving this, you prove that they are similar. So we can do this. Let's do one by one. So we have to prove this is similar to this. So since we have this line is in the same direction as this line, they are joined by the same straight line. It means that this angle here is equal to this angle here. That's our first point. First point is angle ANM is equal to angle NBL. So let's write this down. Angle ANM is equal to angle NBL. The angle between parallel lines. They are joined by the same parallel line. So that's the first angle. Now what else can we have? So if you observe, let's continue this line. And continue this line. Right. So let's say we have this angle here. This is an angle here. So this angle will be the same as this angle here because they are alternate angles joined by the same line, and this is the same direction. So these two are the same. Okay. So now if you rotate this way, you can look that this is the same as this. So in the end, this is the same as this. So let's write this down. Angle AMN is same as NLB. So angle AMN same as angle NLB. You can just say alternate angles, or you can just point to the diagram. And for the last one, this one is pretty obvious. This one here is the same as this one. Why is that? Because it is the third angle in a triangle. As we know, sum of the angles is 180. So if you minus this 2, you'll have this one. Minus this 2, you'll have this one. So last one will be angle NAM equal to angle BNL. So third angle in a triangle. So by proving that, you prove that triangle AMN is similar to triangle NBL. So you prove this too. So moving on to part B. So now we have AN and ratio of NB is 2 to 3. So let's have a look to see why is that. So ratio of this is AN is 2, NB is 3. So we observe that if this is 2, this is 3, what is AB? AB is 5. For the big triangle is 5. Now we have to find the ratio of NM, this side, corresponding side NM, against BC. So basically, we have to find this ratio of this small triangle against this big one. So it will be the same as 2 to 5. 2 to 5. So that will be your answer for part A. So 2 to 5. I hope that makes sense. So I can also explain it that way. So since this is a parallelogram, this also will be this angle here. So we have to know that this small triangle here, ANM, is also similar to ABC. So now we are comparing side. Let's draw this together. So we have AMN as this one. That's ANM, and the big one is ABC. So ABC, ABN. and C. So the angle, this is blue, blue, this is red, red, and the last one is green. So as you can see, all the angles are the same. So this small triangle is also similar to this big triangle. Now we want to find the ratio of NM against BC. They are corresponding side of this angle. So NM over BC is equal to, so we know that this side here is 2. You would say for the small triangle, the corresponding side of this red angle is AN, which is 2. And for the same angle here, for the red one, corresponding side is AB. AB is 5, so 2 over 5. So the ratio of NM and BC will be 2 to 5. So that's how you find 2 to 5 here. So now for part 2, find the area of ANM and area of NBL. So we have to find the ratio of this area against this small one. So we can use part B, as you can see here. The ratio of the side is 2 to 3. So we say ratio of the side is 2 to 3. So now for area, we have to square. Becomes 4 to 9. So 4 to 9 will be this one. So for the last one, find the ratio of area of AMN and NMCL. As you know, here will be 2 square, which is the area. How about this one? Let's have a look. What is this shape? So this shape will be this thing right here. So how do you find this? You have to take the big one minus this one and minus this one. So big one, let's take the corresponding side. Big one is 5. So 5, we will do 5 square minus, because it's area we have to square, minus this one, which is 3 square. So 3 square, and minus the small one here, which is 2 square. So 2 square. So here you will have 4 is to 25 minus 9 minus 4. That will give me 4 is to 12. So divide by 4, you have 1 is to 3. So your answer is 1 is to 3. So that is question number 4. Question number 5, part A. AB is a vertical and CB is a horizontal. So vertical, this is a right angle triangle. Now we have calculate the angle of depression of C from A. So we have to find angle of depression of C from A. We have to find this angle. So this angle is actually equal to this angle. So we just have to find this angle. So we can use, if it is a right angle triangle, we have to use SOHCAHTOA. So we know this side, this is the adjacent side, and we know the opposite side. So we have to use tan. So tan of theta is equal to 31 over 115. Theta will be tan inverse of 31 over 115. So let's find the answer. So tan inverse of 31 divided by 115, that will be 15.1 degrees. So theta will be 15.1. So now moving on to part B. Here we have J and K are 2 positions at C. J and K. The base of the lighthouse is at L. So L. Now we say J is due east of L. So that will be right angle, as you can see here. Now we have these 2 sides. Question part 1. Calculate the angle LJK. So LJK. So find this angle here. Let's call this alpha. So as you can see, we have a right angle triangle. So whenever we have that, we can use SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA. Now, what do we have? We have the hypotenuse and we have the opposite side. So we have to use sine. So sine of alpha is equal to opposite side, which is this, divided by hypotenuse. So alpha will be sine inverse of this fraction. So let's do that. So sine inverse of 354 divided by 1100. That will give me 18.8 degrees. So that will be your answer for part 1, 18.8. Now for part 2, hence find the bearing of K from J. So bearing of K from J. So from J, you have to go to J and draw a line and see what angle we need to find. So we need to find this bearing. We need to find this. So this thing here is 180, and we need to find this. Let's call this this. So how do you find this angle here? This is 90, and you know this already. This will be 90 minus alpha. So let's do that. Alpha is 18.8, so 90 minus 18.8, that will give me 71.2. So the bearing of K from J will be 180 plus 71.2. So it will be 180 plus 71.2. That will be 251.2 degrees. And that is question number 5. Question number 6, here we have two matrices. We have A and B. First one, evaluate this one. So this one is pretty easy. We first have to bring the 2 inside. What we'll get? 2 times 4 will be 8, minus 2, 2 and 6. B is the same, which is 2, 7, 0 minus 5. Now simplify. 8 minus 2 is 6, minus 2 minus 0 is minus 2, 2 minus 7 is minus 5, and 6 minus 5 will be 6 plus 5 is 11. So this will be your answer for part 1. Now for part B, what is A square? A square is A times A. So A times A is given to us as 4, 1 minus 1, 3, and same thing here. Okay, so let's solve. It's always row by column. So 4 times 4 is 16, plus minus 1 become 15. So row by column here now. So 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 plus minus 3 will becomes minus 7. Now this one, row by column. So 4 plus 3 will be 7, and minus 1 plus 9 will be 8. This will be A square. So now we have to find the value of B inverse. So what is B again? Let's write this here. B is 270 minus 5. So 270 minus 5. To find B inverse, we have to first find determinant of B. So we first cross multiply 2 times minus 5 minus 0 times 7. This will be minus 10. So what is the adjoint matrix of B? So we first have to change position, minus 5, 2. Change sign becomes minus 7, 0. So B is equal to, B inverse is equal to 1 over determinant, minus 10, times this one, minus 5, minus 7, 0 and 2. This will be your answer for part C. Now for this one, find the value of Z. So we say A plus Z is equal to A. So Z is equal to A minus A. That will give you the 0 matrix. Okay. So part E, here we have M plus 2I equal to B. Find the value of M. So M plus 2I, I is the identity matrix, equal to B. M will be what? M will be B minus 2I. So solve. B is 270 minus 5 minus 2002. So what do we have? Here will be 2 minus 2 is 0, 0, 7 and minus 7. This will be your answer for M. And that is question number 6. This is question number 7. We have AC is the diameter of a circle, center O, radius 5. So AC is your diameter, radius 5, and center O. Now we have angle, here is 64. So it is good to know that when you have a diameter, the angle above in the triangle is always right angle. So we have to know this. So the question is to find the length of minor arc BC. So we have to find this length here. So what do we know? We need to find this angle so we can find this length. So how do you find this angle? So as you can see, we have triangle A, B, and C. We know this angle and this angle. So what is this angle? This will be 180 minus 90 and minus 64. This will be 26. So from this, we know something is that angle at center, it's always twice the angle at circumference. So if this is 26, that will be 52. So now we can find the length of the arc. So arc BC is equal to 52 divided by 360 times 2 pi r is 5. So let's solve. We have 552 divided by 360 times 2 pi times 5. That will be 4.54. So that is your length of arc for part 1. Okay. So now for part B. A baking tray is an open cylinder of radius 15.5 with a rim. Now the outer edge of the rim is a circle of radius 16.5, as you can see in this image. So the big one is 16.5 and the inner one is 15.5. So now moving on to question. It says calculate the area of the top surface of the rim. So we have to find the area of this rim. So how do you find this area? So first you find the area of the big circle and then minus the area of the inner circle to find the area of the rim. So pretty easy. How do you find the area of circle? Formula is pi r square. So big one has radius 16.5, so that will be pi 16.5 square minus small one, which is area radius of 15.5 square. So we can factorize this out. We will have 16.5 square minus 15.5 square. So let's do that. Minus 15.5 square, that should give me this. Sorry, 16.5 square minus 15.5 square times, that will be 100.5. So 100.5 centimeter square for the area of the rim. That is part 1. So now part 2, it says 44 identical circular holes, so holes has been cut out of the bottom of the baking tray. The area of the bottom that remains is this much. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that we have cut out some circles. So we have cut out 44 circle. What is area of circle? It is pi r square. That is 44 of the circles from the bottom of the baking tray. So baking tray has radius 15.5, which means what is the area of this circle of the baking tray? It will be pi r square will be this. That's the area of the baking tray. So from this area we cut out 44 holes and the remaining is 650. So let's do that. Let's find the radius of this one. So basically what happened was we have this area here, which is 15.5 square. We cut out 44 holes from the bottom and remaining was 650. So let's solve for r square. So this will be 44 pi r square will be pi 15.5 square minus 650. Now r square will be pi 15.5 square minus 650 divided by 44 pi. So let's find the value of r. So one by one, 15.5 square times pi minus 650 divided by 44 pi. Square root of that will give me 0.87 0.805. So your answer 0.871, correct to 3SF. That will be the radius of the small hole. Now for part 3, it says that to make a pizza, the baking tray is completely filled with dough. So we fill out this with dough. This is the tray. Now the depth, which is the height, is d millimeters. Now the open cylinder holds 500 centimeter cube of dough. Okay, that is good to know. Calculate the depth of the dough, d, find the value of d, giving your answers correct to the nearest millimeters. So we have to use the volume to find d. So how do you find volume of this cylinder? Use formula pi r square h, right? So this will be equal to 500 centimeter this. So let's do that. So let's first find the value of d in terms of centimeter. So pi is pi, r is 15.5 square times h, 500. H will be 500 divided by 15.5 square times pi. That will be 0.66245 centimeter. Now if you convert this to millimeter, it will be 6.6245 millimeter. So what is your answer correct to the nearest millimeter? It will be 7, nearest millimeter. So this is d equal to 7. That will be your answer for part 3. That is question number 7. Question number 8, we have p equal to this. Find p when q equal to 2.6. So p will be 8 minus 5q, 2.6, divided by 2.6. Let's see, what do we have? 8 minus 5 times 2.6 divided by 2.6. That will be minus 1.92. And for this one, express q in terms of p, so we have to make q the subject of formula. So first step is to cross multiply. We have pq equal to 8 minus 5q. Let's bring q to one side. We have pq plus 5q equal to 8. Now we factorize q outside. We have p plus 5 equal to 8. So this will be q equal to 8 divided by p plus 5. So this will be your answer for part 2. Okay, now part B, it says that we have a trapezium A and a trapezium B, as you can see here. Now we have this one. The area of each trapezium is this much. Show that h is equal to this and h is equal to this. So one by one. For this one, how do you find area of a trapezium? You have to know it's always been half sum of parallel sides times height. So let's use that to find this one. For the first one, half times sum of parallel sides will be x plus x minus 2 times height equal to 15. So simplify. Here you will have 2x minus 2 half h equal to 15. So this simplify becomes x minus 1. So h becomes 15 over x minus 1. That's the first one shown. And this one, same thing again. Half times x plus 3 times height equal to 15. 2x plus 3h equal to 30. So h will be 30 divided by 2x plus 3. So shown and shown as required. Okay, moving on to part 2. Find an expression in terms of x for the difference between this. So difference. So h minus this will give me. So from first part, we have to use this. So 15 over x minus 1 for big H. So 15 over x minus 1 minus will be 30 over 2x plus 30 over 2x plus 3. So the base are different, so we have to do LCM. Becomes x minus 1, 2x plus 3. Then we cross multiply, we have 15 times this one minus 30 times this one. So expand, you have 30x plus 45 minus 30x plus 30. Divide by the base. So simplify, you will have 30x goes away. So that will be 75 divided by x minus 1 and 2x plus 3, shown as required. Now for part 3, the difference in height is 1.5, so it means that h minus this is 1.5, showing equals to this. So we have to solve this one, which is x minus 1, 2x plus 3 is actually equal to 1.5. So 1.5 is actually 3 over 2. So 3 over 2. So let's cross multiply. We have 150 equal to 3. Expand the brackets, we have 2x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 3. That will be 150 equal to 3. Let's simplify, we have 2x squared plus x minus 3. So 150 equal to 6x squared. So we can just actually simplify here. 3 goes away. We have 50 remaining. So 50 is equal to 2x squared plus x minus 3. So 2x squared plus x minus, you bring this over here, becomes 53. So this will be your answer as required. Now moving on to part B, giving your answer correct to 2dp, so we have to use a formula. So A will be 2, B will be 1, and C will be minus 53. So X will be minus B plus minus square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C. And all this divided by 2A, which is 4. So simplify, minus 1 plus minus 1 squared minus 4 times A times C will give me 425 divided by 4. So minus 1, so first one minus 1 plus 425 divided by 4, that will be 4.90, or it can be minus 1 minus square root of 425 divided by 4 minus 5.40. So we have two answers for x. So what does x represent? So let's see. X represents a side, so it can only be positive. So value of x will be this one, which is 4.90, correct to 2 decimal places. And that is question number 8. Question number 9, part A. So we have A, B, C, and D represents the rectangular sloping surface of a prism. So A, B, C, and D, it's a sloping of a surface of a prism. Now we have A, B, E, F is a horizontal rectangle at the bottom, and we have C and D, F are vertical. So these two are vertical. Means that this is 90 and this is also 90. Okay, so part 1, calculate the length of AC. So where's AC? AC is this one. So this is, since this is a rectangle, this is 90 as well. So we have the length of DC equal to 5 and DA is 2. This is also 90. So AC will be by Pythagoras theorem. So AC square will be 2 square plus 5 square. So AC will be square root of 4 plus 25. That will be 29. So let's find out. Square root of 29 will give me 5.39. That will be my answer for this one. Now for part 2, calculate the length of CE. CE, where is C? C is this one. So how do you find this length? So if you know this side is given to you as, so this is 2, the top is 2, and how would you find the length, this side? So let's think. This is a right angle triangle, so we can use SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA, right? So what do we have? We have the hypotenuse, so hypotenuse, and we're trying to look for the opposite side, so we have to use sine. So sine of angle 15, this is given to us, is equal to CE over 2. So CE equal to 2 sine 15. So 2 sine of 15, that will be 0.518, correct to 3SF. 518. So this one, calculate the angle FAE. So where's FAE? Let's have a look. So F is here, A is here, and E is here. So the bottom, find this angle here inside. This is a right angle as well. So this is given to you as 5. This one. And we know that which length. So this is 5 and this is. So what else do we need to know? So since we know the height CE, we can find this is also DF is also the same as CE, which is 0.518. So we can first find the length of AF, and then we can find this one by Pythagoras theorem. So let's do that. Let's first find the length of, wait, so we don't, okay, so we're just trying to find the angle here. So this is a right angle, as you can see. AFE is a right angle triangle, and you know this side. Let's connect that. It's pretty bad drawing, but I hope you get the idea. The base is a right angle triangle. We know one side, we're trying to find this side. So what is this side? AF. Let's find AF. So AF will be, as you can see, will be square root of 2 square minus 0.518 square. So 2 square minus 0.518 square root, that will be 1.93. This is 1.93. So let's bring this back. So we have triangle. This is AFE. This is the point. This is AFE. This is 5. This is the right angle here, and this side we have just found, it is 1.93. So 1.93 for this side, and we are trying to find this angle here, angle A. So we have to use SOHCAHTOA again. So this is the adjacent side, and this is the opposite side. So we have to use tan. So tan of the angle A is given to you by 5 divided by 1.93. So A will be tan inverse, so 5 divided by answer. Tan inverse will give me 68.9. That's my angle A. So now for part B1, it says that a triangle has sides 10, 9, and 6, and the angle A is this. Find the angle of this. So here, since we know all the 3 sides of a triangle, so the angle should be found by you have to use the cosine rule. So you say cosine of this equal to, these 2 sides will be 9 square plus 6 square minus 10 square divided by 2 times 9 and 6. So let's solve. Cos theta will be 9 square plus 6 square minus 10 square divided by 2 times 9 times 6. That will be 0.157. So theta will be cos inverse of answer. That will be 80.9 degrees. So this is your answer for this one. So now for this one, the triangle KGH has sides A, B, and C. As you can see here, it is given that KGH is an obtuse angle. So KGH, complete the statement below using one of the symbols. So pretty easy. If it is an obtuse angle, it means that this is bigger than a square plus b square. It has to be obtuse. So that will be this part, and this is question number 9. Question number 10, we have 100 light bulbs of brand A were tested. Now we have the summary of the results in this table. So question part 1, complete the cumulative frequency table. So first one is 2. This will be 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 10 will be 14. 14 plus 40 will be 54. 54 plus 30 will be 84. 84 plus 14 will be 98. In total, we have 100, 100. Okay, so now part B. On the grid, draw a smooth curve and label the curve brand A. So let's do that. This is the X and Y, the points. The first point is 50 and 2. So 52. This here, 2 will be here. Second point is 104, right here. 150 and 14, that should be 7 squares. So here, now we have 254, that will be right here. Then we have 250 and 84, so 84 will be right here. Then we have 398. 98 will be about here, and the last one 98 will be here. The last one will be 350 and 100. That will be here. That's the last one. So now let's join the curve as smoothly as we can to have the brand A on the curve. So let's do that. This will be like this. Have to make it smooth, so that will be more like this, and this will be more like this. Okay, that is my curve for brand A. Label brand A. So that is part B done. Now part C, we have a question here. It says use your graph to estimate the median. Median is the mid value, which is half of 100. That will be the 50th value. So go back to your graph. Let's find where is the 50th value. So 50 is between 40 and 60. It will be right here. So to join these two and see the value here. So for me, it will be about this. So 1 square is 5. So this is 9.5 square. So 9.5 squared times 5 plus 150. For me, I have 197.5. So my hours is 197.5 according to my graph. So you may have 195, 196. That should be okay as well. So now part 2, use your graph to estimate the range. The IQR is equal to the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So what is upper quartile? It is 3/4 times the number of bulbs. That will be 75th element. And what is lower quartile? It is 1/4 times 100, which is the 25th element. So let's find one by one. So first let's find where is the 75th element. That will be this is 70. It will be between right here, between 80 and 70 will be the 75th element. Should be this point, and find the corresponding value. So for my curve, it seems to be about this point. So we can take it as I'll take it as 225. And then for the lower quartile, 25th value, between 30 and 20, that will be here. should be about this line. So we'll be about here. For me, that will be what value? So we have 4 squared, that will be 172.5. This one is actually in the middle, that should be 27.5. Okay, so let's do that. So first one is 227.5, and we have 172.5. So minus, let's find the range. 227.5 minus 172.5. That will be 55. So that is according to my graph. But just remember that you can have any answer, almost any answer, as long as if you draw your graph properly and you show your work here, you will get your points. That's the main point of this question. So now moving on to part D, we have a brand B now. It's another bulb. We have done the same test on these bulbs, and then we have these results. So 4 bulbs lasted 50 hours or less. So the first point here will be 50 hours and 4 bulbs. Okay, the longest time any bulb has lasted was 300 hours, so it will be 300, and that was the last bulb, which is 100. The median is this much, which means that this is the mid value, which is 50. The upper quartile will be 275, which is the 75th value, and the lower quartile will be the 25th value. So what is this? The range is this, the upper quartile is this, so the lower quartile will be 200. So now we have to plot these points on the graph. So the first point we have is 54. So where's that? 54. That will be here. Second point is 300 and 100. That will be here. Then we have 250, 50. So 250 and 50 will be right here. Then we have 275, 75 here. That will be between 70 and 80. Should be right here. And then finally we have 225. 225 will be right here, between 30 and 20. So let's join the curve and see what do we have. So this will be like this, and the last point is here. Okay, so that's my curve for brand B. Brand B. Don't forget to label. It is very important in this question. Now moving on to part E. Using your graph, estimate the number of brand A that lasts 275 or less. So less than 275. So this is for brand A. So very easy. You go to your graph. You look for 275. It will be right here. And then we find the corresponding value on the curve for brand A. So here I will have this value. Let's find the number of people who has less than this. So this one will be here. So this is 90, 92, 93. I have 93 people who, sorry, is bulb. 93 bulbs last. So this value here is less. So 93 lasts less than 275. So this is my answer for here, 93. So same question here again. So if 93 bulbs last less than 275, how many bulbs last more? It will be 100 minus this. So 7 bulbs last more than 275. So just a good thing to know for the next question. So here we have this one. Complete the statement below. Brand had more bulbs that last longer than 275 than brand. So we have to find which one lasts longer than 275. So from this first answer, we know that brand A has 93 lasts less. It means that it has 7 which lasts longer than 275. How about brand B now? So brand B have how many last longer than 275? As you can see, 275 has a point here, which is 75. So 75 bulbs last less than 275. It will mean that 25 bulbs last more than 275. So let's find the difference. We have brand B has 18 more bulbs that last longer than brand A. This will be my answer for this one. So your answer may be different as well. It all depends on your graph. So you have to make your graph as smooth as possible. Your answer may be different, but the most important thing is to show your work and how you receive your answers. So on this note, this will be question number 10. On to question number 11, that is the last question of this paper. So here we have part A. It says triangle ABC have vertices A, B, and C, and triangle A prime, B prime, C prime has these vertices. So part 1, write down the column vector of translation that maps ABC onto A prime, B prime, C prime. So what can we do is that we just call this vector vector T. So this is a translation. So we know that for A to become A prime, we have had to take A plus T becomes A prime. So let's replace. A is 2, 2. T we don't know, and A prime is minus 4 and 4. So from this, T will be minus 4, 4. We send this over here, becomes minus 2, 2. So T is minus 6 and 2. That is the value of T. So now part B, we have PQRS is a parallelogram. It means that PQ and SR are the same length and usually should be in the same direction, but it doesn't need to be. But as you know, these two are the same as well. Now we have OP equal to minus 4, 2. This is minus 4, 2. And OQ equal to 4, 6. This is 4, 6. So part 1, express PQ as a column vector. So we know PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. Or you can use this diagram. So PQ will be PO and OQ. PO is minus OP. Same thing. So OQ will be 4, 6. And OP is minus 4 and 2. That will be 8 and 4. So this will be your answer for PQ, 8 and 4. So now for part 2, find RS. RS, so PQ we just found it is in this direction. It is 8 and 4. So RS will be in the opposite direction. So it becomes minus this. So the answer will be minus 8 minus 4. Now for the last part, find the modulus of RS. So pretty easy. Becomes square root of minus 8 square plus minus 4 square. 64 plus 16 will be square root of 80. So this is your answer for part 3. Units for the length. And moving on to part C. Here we have grids and triangle D. It says that an enlargement with center 5, 4. So 5, 4 is here. This point will be your center. Scale factor 2 maps D onto E. Draw and label triangle E. So this is very easy because as you can see, the center is on the point of the triangle. So on this triangle we have 3 points. We have this point, and this point. So for the first one, it does not move because it is on the center of the enlargement. How about this one? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So its scale factor is 2. It has to be 4 times 2, so 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be on. Let's measure actually, just to confirm it is in a straight line. It should be going to this point. 8. That's the point of the triangle E. How about this one? Count. 1, 2. So 2 times 2 will be 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be here. So now let's connect to draw the triangle E. So it should be in the same direction as the first triangle. So this is 1, this is the other point, and then this join this to form the triangle E. So label this as E. That is part 1. Part 2, an enlargement with the same center 5, 4 and scale factor half, which is half, maps D onto F. Find F. So very easy. Same thing again. So your center is here. If this was 1, 2, half will be 1, will be here. If this was 1, 2, 3, and 4, half will be 2, it will be here. So connect these two. And here we have, this is F. Okay, and now for the part 3, it says triangle G has vertices 5, 4, which is the same as the center, 4, 3, and 3, 5. So 5, 4, 4, 3 will be, 4 and 3 will be here, and 3, 5 will be here. So let's join these two to form this triangle G. So this will be this one, and last one will be here. This is your triangle G. Now it says triangle F can be mapped onto G using a single enlargement. Okay, triangle F can also be mapped onto G by using a different single transformation T. Describe fully what T can be. So as we observe, if you want to map F onto G, the sides are the same, so it can be it says enlargement. That could be one possibility, but we will not use that for this one. So as you can see, what happens here, as you can see, this point became this point, and this point became this point. So how would you turn this to this? As you can see, if you rotate this by 180, it will become here. If you rotate this by 180, it will become here. So in that case, it is also a rotation of 180 in this direction. So let's do that. So T is a rotation 180 degrees about the same point of origin, which is 5 and 4. Okay, so not right about the center 5, 4, sorry. So that was the last question of this paper, and I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. On this note, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.